हेलो फ्रेंड्स। आज हम ऐसे जुर्म से एक ऐसे इंसान से पर्दा उठाने जा रहे हैं जिसने न जाने कितनी लड़कियों की जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दी। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं।
Okay, picture this. You're a mother and you've been forced into begging on the streets just to feed your child. Every single day is a grind. And then one day on a packed city bus, you look up and you see him, your husband, the one who disappeared 2 years ago. And he's sitting there, looking comfortable, smiling, with another woman. Well, this is that exact story.
So that's the question at the heart of all this, isn't it? We're about to dive into a truly gut-wrenching story about a promise that was broken and a life that was completely shattered. And it all comes to a head in the most public, most humiliating way you can possibly imagine.
To really get the weight of this betrayal, we need to go back a bit. 2 years to be exact. We meet Mira, back when she was a hopeful wife and mother. Her husband, Mahesh, he was getting ready to leave for a job in a Gulf country, and he left her with this one powerful promise. A better future was on its way.
And wow, this slide just says it all. The contrast is so stark. See, Mira wasn't always on the streets. She was a respected seamstress, and her life was full of hope. But after Mahesh left, well, the money and the letters, they eventually just stopped. 2 years of complete silence followed, and her world just caved in, forcing her and her son, Sonu, into this life of absolute desperation.
This was the dream. This is what she held on to. You know, these weren't just words to her. They were the foundation of her entire world. The promise of security, of comfort, of having her family back together. It was the one thing that kept her going through all those weeks and then months and then years of just waiting.
All right, let's move to the moment where everything just changes. We're on a crowded city bus. For Mira, it's just another day, another struggle to survive. But for us, this bus is the stage for an unbelievable, heart-stopping confrontation.
Can you just picture it? The noise, the heat, the crowd of strangers who are all trying to look anywhere but at you? Mira is going through the lines she has memorized, her story of hardship, just hoping for a few coins. It's a performance born out of pure necessity, a routine that she and her little boy have had to endure day in and day out.
And then, right in the middle of that humiliating routine, she sees something that just stops her cold. Out of this sea of faces, one looks familiar. Her heart just starts pounding. You can imagine her telling herself, no way, it can't be. But oh, it is.
Yep, it's him, Mahesh, her husband who has been missing for 2 years. But any flicker of relief she might have felt is just instantly extinguished by what she sees next. He's sitting there with a well-dressed woman, laughing, her hand in his. The man she's been praying for, waiting for. He's built a whole new life without her. So what happens next is absolutely crucial. The shock, the disbelief, it's all building to this one moment of confrontation. This is where a deeply private tragedy is about to explode into a very public spectacle.
And oh, this is just heartbreaking. It's their little boy, Sonu, who breaks the silence. With this pure, innocent excitement, he points and shouts out to the father he's probably only ever seen in pictures. And that pure, childish joy, it just slices right through the tension and makes the betrayal feel 1,000 times worse.
And Mahesh is just trapped. He's a deer in headlights. His face is a storm of emotions. You've got fear of being caught, shame for what he's done, and even anger. Anger that his perfect new life has just been interrupted. His first instinct isn't to reach for his family, it's to find a way out.
And then he says it. The coldest, cruelest denial. He looks at his wife and his own child, the family he left behind, and he dismisses them, calls them beggars. In front of a bus full of strangers, he chooses his lie over them.
But here's the thing. A lie that big in a space that small, it just can't hold. And the passengers on that bus, they're about to become more than just spectators. They're about to become witnesses.
The whole atmosphere on the bus just flips. You can feel it. What started as quiet whispers and curiosity turns into this collective outrage. The very same people who were ignoring the beggar just a minute ago are now staring daggers at Mahesh. They can see the truth in Mira's tears, and they see it in Sonu's hopeful little face.
And then, the biggest twist of all, the other woman, Reena, she realizes she's not just his new wife, she's another victim. And with this one powerful statement, she doesn't side with the man she married, she sides with the woman he betrayed. Right there on that bus, this completely unexpected and powerful alliance is formed.
So let's be really clear about what's happened here. This isn't just a moral failure, it's an actual crime. What Mahesh did has a name. It's bigamy, and it's illegal. That fact just adds this whole new layer of seriousness to what's unfolding on that bus. This is the moment Mira's story completely changes. She is no longer just a victim of her circumstances. All that shock and grief, it's transforming into this steely resolve. A fight for justice is about to begin.
Suddenly, her path forward is crystal clear. She's already confronted the lie, she's found this incredibly unlikely ally in Reena. So now, there's only one thing left to do. Seek justice for all those years of pain and abandonment.
This is just such a powerful image, right? The woman who boarded that bus as a beggar, invisible, ignored, is now leading a crowd. She's not being dragged down by her fate anymore. She is marching right towards it, pulling her betrayer with her, and she is determined to make him answer for everything he's done.
And these words she says to her son, wow, they signal her complete transformation. The tears of a victim are gone, replaced by the resolve of a fighter. She's not just reassuring her child here, she's making a promise to herself. The era of her silent suffering is officially over.
Well, for Mira, that first step was finding her voice on a crowded bus. It was turning her absolute lowest moment of humiliation into her greatest moment of strength. And it kind of leaves us all with a question, doesn't it? What does it really take to turn all that pain into power?